I just wanted to make a quick video on the state of professional wrestling right now. Over the last few years, professional wrestling has gone through somewhat of a renaissance, in particular the last year or two. Let's start with NWA. NWA was one of the original old school companies, and I used to see them off and on in my childhood. Fast forward today, NWA is now owned by Billy Corgan, who happens to be the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, who I also happen to love, especially in the early days of it's an alternative rock band, in case you didn't know. Besides being a rock star, he happens to be a very big professional wrestling fan. Obviously, he bought a company. Well, now he just announced that he was able to score a TV deal with the CW, which is great news for NWA fans, professional wrestling fans in general. Hopefully NWA will be able to find their niche, because there is a lot of professional wrestling programming on TV these days. And that doesn't even include all the programming on the internet and other media forms. Speaking about smaller companies, then you have Impact Wrestling. I still have to do more research, but apparently they're going back to the name, the old brand TNA. I read where they said that people kept chanting for TNA and they just wanted to return back to those days for some reason. I did hear before how the owners of Impact Wrestling were going to put more money into production, try to expand on the company, maybe take advantage of this, like I said, wrestling renaissance happening these days. So I don't know if the change to TNA is part of that resolution. I guess only time will tell. And speaking about fan debate, then we have AEW. Even though I've heard that ticket sales have slowed down in their live shows, those things are going to happen. They ain't going anywhere. They're only going to get bigger over time, I believe. As their media empire increases, so will their revenue, which is good news for Tony Khan. And last but not least, you have WWE. What can we say? They were a giant wrestling machine before the merger, and now they're this incredible empire, a combination of UFC and WWE with unlimited resources, basically. So the way I see it, in the next few years coming up, it'll be a race between WWE and AEW and all the talent they want and can get. And then whatever left over, the scraps go to the smaller companies, which really is not a bad thing. Jobs for everyone. And different types of wrestling programming for different tastes.